All right, you've probably been there, right? Staring down that stubborn patch of mold. You know, the one creeping into the grout.
Hmm.
Or maybe that grimy mildew that just won't budge in the shower.
Oh, yeah.
Or maybe even those soot stains from, well, let's just say an unfortunate fireplace incident. Perhaps it's just that, lingering yellow tinge from old nicotine residue. We've all kind of dreamed of that magic spray, haven't we?
Easy fix.
Exactly. The one that just needs a quick spray and poof, it all vanishes. No scrubbing, no fuss, just effortlessly clean.
That's the dream.
Well, today we're doing a deep dive into a product that's making quite a splash right now, claiming to be exactly that, a miracle solution.
Okay.
It's called the Alien Power Stain Remover. And yeah, it's being advertised as this incredible all-in-one cleaner,
Alien Power. Interesting name.
isn't it? So our mission in this deep dive is pretty clear. We're going to unpack these, frankly, bold claims. We'll peel back the layers on the company behind it. And ultimately, we want to equip you, our listener, with the solid information you need to figure out what to approach with, well, some caution before making any decisions.
So people can be properly informed.
Exactly. We want you to be exceptionally well informed about products like this so you can sort of tell the difference between genuine innovation and just another big promise.
Makes sense.
So let's jump right in. Let's look at some of the really dramatic promises this Alien Power Stain Remover is making.
Okay, let's hear.
They're pushing it as this ultimate all-in-one thing, tackling everything from mold and mildew to soot, water stains, even that stubborn nicotine yellowing.
Wow, that's quite a list. Mold and soot. Very different types of stains.
Right. And the claims get even bolder. No scrubbing needed. And it supposedly instantly removes mold on contact. Instantly.
Instantly. Okay, that's a strong word in cleaning.
It really is. But here's where it gets, for me anyway, really intriguing, maybe a little contradictory. They claim it's strong on stains, but still gentle enough to use without gloves.
Without glove?
Without gloves? And as if that wasn't enough, they confidently assure us there are no harsh fumes or chemicals involved.
Hmm. Strong, instant, no scrubbing, no gloves, no harsh chemicals.
Yeah. So hearing all that, what's the first thing that, pops into your head? Especially considering how tough some of those stains actually are.
Well, what's immediately fascinating is that stark contrast, isn't it?
Mm.
Strong on stains versus gentle enough for no gloves and no harsh fumes.
Right.
Let's take that claim about instantly removing mold on contact.
Mm.
If we think about actual mold remediation, especially on porous stuff like grout or wood or drywall.
Yeah, the tricky stuff.
Exactly. It's rarely, if ever, that simple. I mean, serious mold isn't just sitting on the surface. It's a living thing. It gets into the material.
Mm.
So effective, long-term mold cleanup, that usually involves a fair bit of scrubbing. It often needs protective gear, gloves, masks sometimes, and it almost always relies on strong cleaning agents. Think bleach, hydrogen peroxide, something active to actually kill the mold spores and remove them properly.
Right. To stop it coming back.
Precisely. So this idea of an instant spray and wipe fix, with none of those steps, it immediately makes you question, well, what kind of mold are they talking about? Or maybe more importantly, how effective is it really going to be long-term on a serious problem?
That's a really good point. It feels like they might be oversimplifying something that can be quite complex. And what about soot? You mentioned that was on their list too. That stuff's notoriously difficult.
Oh, absolutely. Soot isn't just, dirt. It's this complex mix of tiny carbon particles, oils, sticky resins, stuff that gets deep into porous surfaces.
And it smears so easily.
Exactly. It's incredibly hard to remove without making a bigger mess or damaging the surface underneath. Professionals, they often use special HEPA vacuums first, then chemical sponges, specific solvents, all designed to lift the soot without smearing it.
Right. Very careful work.
Very careful. So the thought of just spraying something on and wiping it off for soot, again, it raises a bit of a, let's say, scientific red flag. How can one product be potent enough for these really tough jobs, breaking down soot, lifting deep water stains, but at the same time have no harsh fumes or chemicals and be safe for bare hands?
It doesn't quite add up, does it?
That contradiction, the strength versus gentleness, the chemical claims, it really pushes you to think critically. Why should you, the listener, be skeptical when something sounds, well, almost too good to be true?
Yeah.
It's often a signal to dig just a little bit deeper,
Mm-hmm.
because we all want that magic button, that effortless solution. It's natural to want to believe it.
It really is. We all want the easy way out with cleaning. Okay, so we've poked at the product's big claims. Now, let's shift gears a bit and look at the company side of things.
The fine print.
Exactly, because that often tells a different story, right? The company behind Alien Power Stain Remover is called Sun. Just Sun.
Sun. Okay, quite generic.
Yeah. And when we started digging into their terms and conditions, things start to feel a little, well, less reassuring.
That's often where you find the catches.
Yeah.
So what did you find in Sun's T&Cs?
Well, for instance, their policy on canceling orders. It's quite concerning.
How so?
The company basically says they can cancel your order anytime, even after you've paid.
After payments. What reasons do they give?
They mention things like pricing errors, fraud, or availability, which, okay, sounds sort of standard on the surface.
But potentially quite broad in practice.
Exactly. It leaves a lot up in the air for you as the consumer. Your purchase feels way less secure, you know.
Yeah, that's not just a small detail. It basically means they hold all the cards, even after they have your money. It speaks to how much control they retain over the whole transaction.
Right. In today's online market with so many sellers, seeing a clause like that from a company that isn't, a household name, it should make you pause.
Definitely raises questions about reliability.
And then there's the whole liability issue, right?
Ah, yes, liability. Always important with cleaning products. What do they say?
They're pretty explicit. Sun basically says it's not really responsible beyond maybe giving a refund.
Just a refund.
Yep. They offer no coverage for any damage or other issues that might happen when you use their product.
Okay, let's make that concrete. So, if someone uses this Alien Power Cleaner and, say, it discolors their expensive kitchen counter.
Or damages, maybe, an antique fireplace mantle.
Sun is saying, tough luck, here's your money back for the bottle, maybe.
That seems to be the gist of it. You, the customer, would have to cover the full cost of any repair or replacement yourself.
Wow. That's a huge risk, especially for a product claiming to be super strong on stains.
It really is.
Something claims to be that powerful, but the company behind it washes its hands of any potential damage.
Yeah.
That should absolutely make you stop and think.
Yeah.
It puts all the risk squarely onto you, the buyer.
It makes that strong but gentle claim feel even more, ironic. Strong enough to potentially wreck something, but gentle enough that they take zero responsibility.
Precisely.
Now, this next detail, though, this is where it gets really interesting, and frankly a bit weird, about the company's website.
Okay, what's up with the website?
So, you go to their site, and it clearly states the information on there was last updated in August 2024.
August 2024. Okay, seems normal enough. Content gets updated.
Right, but here's the really puzzling part. The domain name itself, the actual web address for Sun, it was only registered in April 2025.
Wait, hold on. Last updated August 2024.
Mm-hmm.
But the website address didn't even exist until April 2025. Nearly a year later.
Exactly. It's like saying you proofread a book last year, but you only bought the paper to print it on today. It doesn't make sense chronologically.
That is weird. What does that even mean? I mean, how can content be updated before the place it lives even exists?
Right.
Well, this kind of discrepancy, it does raise some serious questions about transparency, doesn't it? About how you, as a potential customer, can even check them out properly.
Yeah, what could it suggest?
It could suggest a few possibilities. Maybe the website content was just copied and pasted from somewhere else.
Like from an older site or another product.
Possibly. Or maybe from a different company entirely, perhaps one that didn't work out. Another possibility is that the product itself has been rebranded.
So it's maybe an old product with a new name and website.
Could be. Now, neither of those things automatically means it's a scam or anything nefarious. But it absolutely points to a lack of clarity, a lack of transparency about the product's actual history or where the company really came from.
And that makes it hard to research, right? Like finding independent reviews or the company's track record.
Exactly. If the history is obscured by weird dates or rebranding, you can't easily do your homework. You're kind of forced to take their word for it.
Which, given the other points, might not be ideal.
It's a subtle thing, that date discrepancy, but it's significant. It warrants attention if you're thinking about buying.
And it just strikes me how easy it is to get drawn in by one attractive claim, like the no harsh fumes bit, and then maybe overlook these like fundamental contradictions or weird details that actually matter more when you're assessing the risk and whether it's reliable.
It's a classic kind of misdirection, perhaps unintentional, perhaps not. Focus on the shiny benefit. Ignore the shaky foundation.
And even the name Sun, as you said, it's super generic.
Yeah, I tried to research a company just called Sun that sells cleaning products.
Yeah.
Good luck distinguishing it from, well, potentially dozens of other entities.
Right. It makes tracking reviews or complaints really difficult. Again, maybe not intentional, but it does make accountability harder to pin down.
In an age where we kind of expect transparency, a super generic name combined with these other issues, it doesn't build confidence.
Okay, absolutely. So let's try and pull all this together. What does it all mean for you, our listener, thinking about maybe trying this?
Yeah, let's summarize.
We've got these really over-the-top claims, right? The all-in-one, no scrubbing, instantly removes mold, gentle without gloves, no harsh fumes.
Claims that seem to contradict each other, especially when you think about how tough stains like mold and soot actually are.
Then we looked into the company, Sun, and we found that concerning cancellation policy that puts you at a disadvantage.
And that very limited liability, basically, you're on the hook if the product causes damage.
And finally, that really strange website date thing that just doesn't quite add up. It undermines any feeling of, established credibility.
What's really fascinating here, when you step back, is the pattern. You see this pattern emerge.
Yeah.
Bold, almost unbelievable promises on the surface.
Yeah.
Coupled with these less than reassuring, often quite one-sided details when you actually dig into the fine print or the company background.
Right.
Now, look, nobody here is saying this is definitely 100% a scam or that the product won't do anything for maybe a very minor superficial stain.
Sure.
However, there are quite a few things we've talked about today, the contradictions, the company policies, the website anomaly, that make it absolutely worth approaching with a healthy dose of caution, a very informed caution.
Being an informed consumer is key here.
It's critical,
Right.
especially when products make such extraordinary claims. So if you're considering trying the Alien Power Stain Remover, or frankly any product making similar promises,
Yeah.
our advice is pretty straightforward.
Yeah.
Read everything really carefully.
Not just the flashy ads.
No, not just the glowing descriptions. Read the usage instructions, the warnings, and especially those terms and conditions we discussed.
Understand what you're actually agreeing to.
Exactly. Understand what the company is responsible for, which seems to be very little, and what you might be responsible for if things go sideways.
Yeah.
It's always better to go in fully informed.
Yeah, much better than being caught off guard by something buried in the fine print later on.
Absolutely.
Okay, so being informed is really your best shield in a marketplace that's just full of these huge promises. We flagged some key things today. Those contradictory claims about power and gentleness, the company's tough policies on cancellations and liability,
Right.
and that weird website date thing that kind of obscures where this product even came from.
Yeah, a collection of things to think about.
Definitely. So as you go about your day, maybe thinking about your own cleaning challenges,
Yeah.
here's a final thought to leave you with. In this age where it feels like every single problem has some kind of miracle solution being advertised online, how do we get better at telling the difference? How do we discern genuine innovation from just another really bold promise?
That's the million-dollar question, isn't it?
It really is. And what hidden costs, beyond just the price on the bottle, might we actually be signing up for when we choose to believe in something that sounds too good to be true, maybe without doing that little bit of digging first?
It highlights the importance of due diligence.
Exactly. Remember, a little bit of critical thinking, a little bit of research up front.
Yeah.
It can really save you a lot of headaches down the road.